Clint Eastwood just found starving triplets hidden in a dark alley, and what he uncovered next will shatter your heart and change everything you thought you knew. Backhand index pointing right. Stop right now. Like, share, and subscribe because this story will grip you like nothing else. Clint was walking alone through the cold, forgotten streets of the city just as dusk settled in, the shadows growing longer and the air turning sharp. A faint, desperate cry broke the silence, a sound so fragile yet full of urgency that Clint's instincts pulled him toward it. Around the corner, in a narrow alley choked with trash and debris, he saw them, 3 tiny bodies huddled close together, triplets no older than 2 years old. Their eyes, wide and glassy with hunger and fear, looked up at Clint with a mix of hope and despair. Clint's heart pounded painfully as he knelt down and gently wrapped his heavy coat around their fragile shoulders, feeling the cold seeping into their little bones. But just as he began to comfort them, something caught his eye, a worn envelope tucked beneath a broken crate, stained and torn but still intact. Inside were letters, photographs, and papers hinting at a scandal so deep it could shake the foundations of a wealthy and powerful family. These children were not just victims of neglect, they were pawns in a secret that someone had desperately tried to bury. Clint's mind raced. Who were these triplets? Why were they abandoned here? And what was this secret that could destroy lives if revealed? Helping them meant putting himself in the crosshairs of people who would go to any lengths to keep the truth hidden. The stakes were higher than Clint ever imagined. What do you think is written in those letters? Who is behind this cruel mystery? As Clint carefully sifted through the papers, a chilling story began to emerge. These triplets were the heirs to a vast fortune, born into a family riddled with greed and betrayal. Their mother, a woman desperate to protect them, had hidden them away when powerful relatives tried to erase their existence to claim everything for themselves. The letters spoke of threats, secret meetings, and a conspiracy to silence anyone who knew the truth. Clint's jaw tightened as he realized the danger wasn't just for the children, it was for anyone who dared to stand in the way. Determined, Clint wrapped the triplets in his coat and vowed to keep them safe, knowing the fight ahead would be brutal. But just when he thought he had a plan, a shadowy figure appeared in the alley, watching silently from the darkness. Clint's heart raced. Was this stranger a friend or foe? The tension was suffocating. What would you do if you were caught in the middle of a deadly family war? Clint's mind was racing as he carried the fragile triplets away from the dark alley, every step heavy with the weight of what he'd uncovered. The letters revealed a family torn apart by greed. An empire built on lies and ruthless ambition, where the innocent paid the highest price. Their mother had risked everything to save these children, hiding them from powerful relatives who wanted them erased, like ghosts who could never claim their rightful place. Clint knew the streets were dangerous, but what lay ahead was far worse, a calculated hunt for the triplets, orchestrated by people who wouldn't hesitate to destroy anyone in their path. As Clint reached his car, he felt the cold eyes of that shadowy figure burning into his back, a reminder that this rescue was only the beginning. Driving through the city, Clint's phone buzzed with an anonymous message, "Stop now, or you'll regret it." Fear and anger twisted inside him. Protecting these children wasn't just a mission, it was a battle against an invisible enemy armed with money, influence, and deadly secrets. Clint found refuge in a quiet safe house, setting up a makeshift nursery while piecing together the puzzle from the letters. He discovered hidden bank accounts, mysterious disappearances, and a network of lies reaching far beyond what he imagined. Yet even in the darkest moments, the innocent smiles of the triplets gave him strength. But then, just as hope flickered, the power went out. A chilling silence filled the room, an ominous warning that the enemy was closer than ever. Clint grabbed his flashlight, heart pounding, and whispered, "This ends tonight." What would you do if your every move was watched? Would you fight or run? The safe house was supposed to be a fortress, but Clint knew better than to trust appearances. As darkness swallowed the room, the faint sound of footsteps echoed outside. Clint's grip tightened on his flashlight, every nerve on edge. Suddenly, the door rattled violently, someone was trying to break in. With the triplets' soft cries behind him, Clint made a split-second decision. he would face this danger head-on. The door burst open, revealing not enemies, but a young woman. Disheveled, desperate, and clutching a worn-out photograph. She collapsed inside, gasping, "I'm their aunt. I've been searching for them." Clint's suspicion flared. Was she truly an ally or part of the sinister plot? Her story was heartbreaking. She'd escaped the family's grasp and had been fighting in the shadows to find and protect the triplets. But just as relief began to settle, a chilling revelation came. Someone inside the family had been watching their every move, feeding information to the very people hunting the children. The safe house was compromised. Clint's face hardened as he whispered, "We need to move, now." As they packed in silence, the weight of betrayal and urgency pressed down like never before. Who could they trust when enemies lurked in every shadow? What would you do if the very people who should protect you were the ones hunting you? Clint, the triplets, and their newfound ally slipped out into the freezing night, hearts pounding as every shadow seemed to hide a threat. The city lights blurred through the cold mist as they raced against time, knowing the powerful family's reach was vast and ruthless. Their only hope lay in exposing the dark secrets buried deep within those damning letters, secrets that could topple an empire built on lies and cruelty. As they moved from safe house to safe house, Clint pieced together a plan to bring the truth into the light. But just when they thought they were gaining ground, a devastating betrayal shattered their fragile trust. A friend they had counted on turned out to be the enemy, feeding their location to those hunting them. The triplets' safety was shattered, and Clint faced a gut-wrenching choice: fight a war he might not win or surrender the children to protect them from worse harm. The night grew colder, the stakes higher than ever. Would you risk everything to protect the innocent, even if it meant losing everything yourself? As dawn broke, Clint found himself cornered in an abandoned warehouse with the triplets and their aunt. The air was thick with tension, every creak and whisper echoing like a warning. Outside, shadows moved, henchmen sent by the powerful family desperate to silence the truth forever. Clint's face hardened as he whispered to the aunt, "This is it. We fight, or we disappear." In a sudden burst of courage, Clint confronted the attackers with a fierce determination no one expected. But just when it seemed all was lost, a surprising ally appeared, one of the family's own, a whistleblower who had grown tired of the lies and cruelty. With this unexpected help, Clint turned the tide, exposing the conspiracy on live video, sending shockwaves through the city and beyond. The triplets, once abandoned and forgotten, were finally safe, their story breaking through the darkness to inspire hope. Clint looked at them, tears in his eyes, knowing that even in the deepest shadows, light can find a way. What would you do if you had the chance to rewrite a broken story? Tell me below, and thank you for joining this journey of courage and heart.